Hello, everybody, and welcome to 321 Sportscast, another edition of the Summer Series 2024. Today in studio, I have an awesome volleyball player from Viera High School, Izzy Starck. How you doing, Izzy?
Good.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in today, by the way.
Of course.
You got a busy schedule. You're all over this country, and you took a few minutes to come see me. So let's get right to business and dive right in. So volleyball has been your life.
Yes.
You're an exceptional volleyball player. First of all, Gatorade Player of the Year in Colorado 2 years ago, and then Gatorade Player of the Year in Florida last year. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels great. Like, it's showing like all my hard work that I've done with my team, my coaches, is really put off to go to something really cool. So. Well,
that's a pretty cool title to know you're the best in a couple states, and if not the whole country.
Yeah.
Speaking of the country, Volleyball Mag, Volley Mag, and Prep Dig have you ranked as the #1 player in the country. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels great. Like, it's showing that all my hard work, people can see it. It shows us paying off. And like, those rankings aren't just like if I have the most stats, or it's showing I'm a good player, I'm a good person. It's really cool people are seeing that. Well,
that's a great accolade to have, but I know that's not the end all for you. Last year, Viera High School, 27-5.
Yeah.
Made it to the state championship, fell one game short. Tell us about that emotion of getting there and then losing that game. How was it for you? How was
Yeah, I mean, it definitely still stings. I don't think it's ever not gonna sting. So, I mean, it was a really cool thing. I got to come in, and, you know, Coach Wayne had a really welcoming. The girls were so welcoming too. And, you know, like, we had high expectations what we want to do from, we started in July at the Tampa camp, and just each game, it just kept showing our potential. So, I mean, it was a really cool run, even though it came a little bit short. We thought we could go all the way, but it was still something really cool.
Keep you motivated.
Yeah.
It'll keep everybody hungry. But that was cool to see Viera volleyball. And they had a good year before that. I think they were 22-6.
Yeah.
1 or 2 games better with you on the team. But Viera volleyball is on the map now.
Yeah.
Historically, and this isn't a knock on Merritt Island, but it's been all Merritt Island volleyball in Brevard County.
Yeah.
Last year, y'all faced them twice and beat them twice. Now, I know you haven't been around for a long time. What was that rivalry like, and what was that like to win those games for you and your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, like, when I first came, everyone just started talking about, like, okay, Merritt Island game. Like, this is the big rival that we had. And when I lived back in Colorado, we had our rivals too. So, I mean, it was super cool. I got to come in. It was more than the schools I played. The rival in Colorado we had was nothing compared to, like, how much it was out here. So, I mean, it was really cool. I love how both teams are just so competitive, and it was just a really cool environment.
I didn't get to make it to either one of those games, but I heard that gym was rocking.
Yeah, it was. It was a really, really
And you had your teammates, y'all were dialed in and got the job done. So that's pretty cool. Merritt Island's going to be shooting for Viera next season, though. So Viera girls, y'all better be ready. Izzy ain't going to be there. You signed with Penn State. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That all happened several months back. Penn State's a national powerhouse in the Big Ten. You're already taking classes there. You started in January, and you're already practicing and playing a little bit. Tell us a little bit about Penn State volleyball and what it feels like to be a part of that program.
I mean, yeah, it has great history. I mean, 7 national championships, and oh my God, I think it's 10, 11 Big Ten titles. Like, it's a really cool history. You go in there, they expect you to work hard. They expect you to be the best version of yourself, and that's what I love. It's like everyone has their own unique personality and brings stuff to the table, and it's just such a welcoming and fun environment to be a part of.
Now, your sister, Angelina, did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
So she's a member of that team. She's a senior. You're coming in as a freshman. Tell us what that's going to be like playing with your sister in a D1 college level atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, we played together when I was 8 and she was 11 years old. And then we played again when I was a freshman in high school and she was a senior. It's like, when I was that young, like, we never thought like we'd both end up at the same college, especially at the biggest powerhouse in D1 you can go. It's like being able to play with each other like that is just something that not a lot of people get to experience with their sisters.
Now, were y'all competitive? Like, usually I look at siblings and it's the younger one that's motivated to be better than the older one. So normally the younger one usually oversteps, right?
Yeah.
Was any of that there? Did you always want to be better than her?
I mean,
were y'all like just pushing each other?
I think it was just pushing each other. It's like since she's been through what I've been through, and it's like it's a tough, like, pressure, all that type of stuff that comes with, especially when you're at like the highest level you can be. It's like she helped me in so many ways, and it's just really cool that I had someone that's been through exactly what I've been through to tell me, and I think it's made me better because I got to see what she maybe didn't do, how she wanted to do, and I got to do it and change it. So it's been really cool having someone inside source like that.
So between your older sister and then your parents were both volleyball players. Mom and dad both played college. Mom was at Texas. We'll give her a little hook 'em horns. Let's talk about your journey. You kind of grew up in the Las Vegas area, Summerlin, Nevada. You played club ball there, and then you were in Colorado for a few years, which you played for Rampart High School.
Yes.
Played at a high level. We talked about the Gatorade Player of the Year. Can you talk about a little bit the difference between Colorado volleyball and Florida volleyball?
Yeah.
Where does Florida kind of stack up in terms of what you've experienced in this country?
Yeah, so I think Colorado volleyball, it was mainly so I lived in Colorado Springs. So Denver was where all the big powerhouses were. So it's kind of the same, I would say, as like Brevard County is same with Colorado Springs, a little bit smaller of a town. Not as many, there's probably like a couple good teams, same. And then once you get to like the state championship and like regional, we had a big state tournament out there. That's when all the big teams would play. So I would say it's a little bit different style. I would say Colorado's a little more physical and aggressive. So, and like Florida's a little more kind of beachy, mixed into it. Yeah. So I definitely kind of see that. It's a little less physical than Colorado, but I mean, the girls have their own strength, and it's really fun to see how it's different from being in Colorado and Florida.
In Colorado, they leave practice and they go to the fireplace to get warm.
Yeah, exactly.
In Florida, they leave practice and they go to the beach to work on their tans. Speaking of beach, do you play beach volleyball? Part-time, a little bit, don't at all? I used to do competitions when I was younger out in California. I lived in Vegas, and then now I just kind of play for fun with my sister and my family. So, is there a game in your career that sticks out? Any game, it could be when you were 10 years old, any pivotal game where you're like, that was the night, boom, I was on, that was a big moment, anything that sticks out? I
think it was my freshman year of high school when I won this. It was a state championship game out in Colorado, playing with my sister. And I mean, the school I played at never won a state title, never were really good. And then when me and my sister and this other girl that was there who plays at Baylor right now, we all ended up being on the same team. It was just like everyone expected us, but we didn't act like we were going to win. Like it was just like something, it was crazy. The season, year of COVID and everything, ended up playing in May when seasons usually in fall. Like it was total whirlwind, and being able to come out in that state championship game, it was just something
You won the state championship your freshman year?
Yeah. So that was something so cool.
Colorado State Championship, 2000, and we'll have to look that up. Back to the college life. So there's a lot of controversy, a lot of good and a lot of bad with NILs.
Yeah.
How do you view NILs, and are you going to be looking to participate and make some money in the NIL business in college?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really cool opportunity. People get to give themselves out there, because NIL, what it is showing like what athletes' interests are and like how they want to promote themselves. So I think in like my perspective of it, I'll do it if the opportunity comes about, but it's not something that I'm really going to see myself chasing, because I think that's where the gray area comes in with athletes, is they kind of chase too much and they don't really show what they personally want to do and what they personally want to show. So if something I'm interested in that aligns with what I'm really passionate about comes about, then yeah, that's something definitely I'm going to do. But it's like, I still want to have my focus on my sport and everything that really stay true to myself.
Well, you don't want to go home and be on your phone all night long till 2 in the morning trying to grow your followers. Although it is pretty fun being on your phone. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no hater on the new generation. In your career, what would you like to be if volleyball doesn't give you a full lifetime? What would you like to do?
So I want to go to medical school after college and everything. So I want to eventually be a doctor and have my own life like that. I mean, it's something I've always wanted to do. And I think my parents have always pushed me to, of course, be really great in volleyball, but also be good in the classroom, because you can't be an athlete without being a student.
It's a lot of school.
Yeah, it is a lot of school. Yeah.
And you got to be smart. Not for me, but great for you. Do you have a favorite player? Anyone you've looked up to try to mimic your game and learn from? Yeah,
so Alicia Glass played at Penn State a couple years back and everything, but I just love the way she plays her game, her way she carries herself on the court. She's not the most flashy player, but she just carries herself with such high confidence, and it's just really cool how, like, same physicality as me, and it's just something I've always wanted to compare as how I could be like.
Is she still at Penn State, or she?
No, she played national team for a bunch of years. So
okay, Alicia Glass, what up? Shout out. What are some hobbies of yours outside of sports and classwork? What do you like to do?
So I love being outdoors, love going hiking, paddleboarding, all that type of stuff, going to the beach, spending time with my family and all that. So, I mean, just anything that kind of gets me outside the gym or the classroom, just to give myself separation. I think it's really important to have when you're constantly busy doing a bunch of stuff.
Good for your brain, clearing them stress, and also good for exercise. Hiking, I love hiking. Favorite subject in school?
Definitely chemistry. I mean, it's important for what I want to do, but I've always loved it since I've been in high school. So,
favorite food? It's my favorite question, by the way.
Seafood.
As you can tell.
I love seafood. Yeah.
That first person to answer seafood. Raw oysters. You like raw oysters?
Yeah. Yes,
Do you
I
fish or do you do anything like that? Like,
No, I don't do anything like that, but like going to the restaurant and getting any type of seafood they have.
and what is your ultimate goal in volleyball? You trying to play pro?
Yeah, I want to go play pro in Italy or Turkey and eventually maybe national team eventually. So just kind of having an open mind with how long I can play it for. But I mean, it's super exciting how many opportunities now that are kind of coming about in the United States with pro volleyball in the US now. I mean, they're doing a really great job of actually promoting volleyball more and more. And it's just,
You feel like that sport's growing?
yeah, I mean, over the past 2 years, it's totally taken a new level. So it's really exciting to see.
You think it's because the sport's so much fun or because it's air conditioned?
Both.
As a dad of a volleyball player, I love the air conditioned factor. It's so cool. And I know that pro volleyball is a ways away. You're focused on Penn State and what you got to handle business there. Let's talk about that again. Personal expectations and team expectations with you coming in.
Yeah, so personal expectations, be a starter on the court, Big Ten freshman of the year, that type of thing. So little goals like that I can do. And then for team, win a Big Ten championship. We haven't done that in a couple of years. And then eventually maybe win a national title. Everyone who goes to college really wants to win that national championship. And being in such a great program, it's something that we can definitely try and go get, which is super exciting to be a part of.
I'm making a prediction right now. Big Ten championship and national championship. You're going to be the spark, the energy. You're going to lift that team, come in and make some plays, make everyone else better. What are you doing to prepare over the summertime?
Yeah, so I get workout packets from my trainer. So I'm here in Viera to the 22nd. So I get to do that, go to the gym, work out. And then when I go back the 22nd for the whole month of July, we're going to be in the gym with our trainer and just really getting to work and getting stronger, getting extra reps in the gym with the girls and the team just to really get ready for preseason and season because it's going to come around really, really quick.
Let's talk about working out real quick. What kind of working out is geared toward volleyball? Is it more like weight training, strength, speed and agility?
Yeah.
I know jumping is a big part of volleyball, although you're a setter, but you can do both.
Yeah.
Hint on the working out and what volleyball players might need to focus on. Because a lot of young volleyball players here in Brevard, they play, but maybe they don't know what to turn to in terms of getting their body a little better.
Yeah, so I think it's just speed and agility is really important. You want to have those fast twitch muscles when you're playing. Long distance running isn't really going to do a lot for you because you're not running for a long time. It's really fast twitch moves. And then weight training I think is super important, but not trying to be bulky and strong, but toned and really cater it toward your position you're in. So for me personally, I do split squats a lot. I do cleans. Cleans I think are a really important thing that a lot of athletes don't do, but I think it's works on fast twitch muscles and that type of thing. So it's really awesome.
Okay. Well, I've been doing none of that lately, so good to hear. And lastly, there's so many young girls in Brevard County that are, let's say, age 8, 9, or 10, and they're getting into sports and they're giving volleyball a try. Yeah. What advice would you give any young girl getting into the sport of volleyball?
Yeah, I mean, just don't compare yourself to any other athlete you see. I mean, it's great to look at them and be I want to be like them, but don't try to be just like them. Everyone starts at different levels. I know girls that I played on the national team with that started when they're 15 years old, or they started when they're 8 years old. Everyone has a different journey, but as long as you stay true to how you want to do it and just put the work in, you can really be anything you want to.
So you're saying don't get discouraged. If you get out there at a camp or a clinic and you see you're not as good as the other girls, don't give up, just keep working and you can be there pretty soon.
Yes.
All right, Izzy, well, it's been an honor and I appreciate you taking the time to come by the studio.
Yeah.
Super cool. I'm a fan. I'll be cheering you on. I'll be watching some Penn State volleyball and be I know that. No, I interviewed her. I can prove it. But good luck. Summer's gonna go by quick, and we know you're working all over the place. But anyway, thanks for taking the time, y'all. For Izzy Starck, formerly of the Viera Hawks, going on to the Penn State Nittany Lions, right?
Yes.
All right. Appreciate y'all. This has been 321 Sportscast Summer Series. Have a good day.